Hey guys, hope you're having an awesome day so far. I'm really excited about this new segment I want to start. I want to start doing videos weekly, maybe bi-weekly, about the process of once you go under contract to closing, because often a lot of buyers get really excited. Yay, we're under contract. Okay, when are we closing? But there's a lot in between the starting point and the finish line. You got a lot of things in between that I want to cover with you. And rather than throwing out a super long 20-minute video that I'm sure nobody really wants to sit through, I think it'd be easier just to do several short segmented videos, like 3 minutes at a time or so, something that's easier for you to watch, easier for you to understand. That way I can spend more time on certain subjects. So the first step, of course, after you've gone through the negotiation and you've got the executed contract in your hand, the very first step for you as a buyer is going to be making your escrow payment. Now, escrow is not something that is required per the contract. However, 9 times out of 10, pretty much 10 times out of 10, the seller is going to require some kind of escrow deposit. And essentially what an escrow deposit is like a good faith deposit. It's money that gets held at the title company for the duration of the contract that basically lets the seller know that, hey, I'm serious. I have some skin in the game. I'm not just gonna bail out halfway through this and waste your time and waste everybody's time. And the amount that you put in escrow is determined during that negotiation process. Generally, I recommend to my buyers 1% of the purchase price is kind of a good variation to go by. So for example, if you're buying a $100,000 house, $1,000 down payment, $1,000 escrow deposit. And that is gonna be different for every buyer. Some people wanna put more in escrow to make their offer a little bit stronger. You know, maybe you're going in a little bit lower, or maybe you're asking for a longer inspection period or something along those lines. So you wanna strengthen your offer and maybe offer $1,500 over $1,000. Or sometimes I have some buyers that say, hey, I can't really put $1,000 in escrow, and that's totally understandable. And we can kind of work around that, and that's not always a deal breaker. So the amount of time you have to put in your escrow, usually we go about 3 business days, but that is also negotiated in the contract in the beginning. So the amount that you put in escrow and the time that you have to get that escrow to the title company is going to be negotiated by your realtor at the very beginning. Now what happens with this escrow is it is put with the title company for the duration of the contract. And then once you get to closing, it's not like an extra amount that you're paying, but it does go towards your down payment, your closing costs, any cash to close that you have. So don't think of it as this added amount that you have to come up with, and you just got your closing costs, your down payment, your inspection costs, blah, 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 and then you have this other $1,000 chunk. Well, that is gonna come off at the end, so try not to get too stressed out about that. And like I said before, it is somewhat of a good faith deposit. This means that, you know, you're not just going to cancel for no reason. The contract is designed to protect both the buyer and the seller in the process. So you will have several contingencies in the contract to help you as the buyer to protect that escrow. So for example, you will have an inspection contingency, which I'll do a separate video on inspections probably after this one. So you will have an inspection contingency. However many days that is again going to be negotiated at the beginning of the contract. And if anything happens in that inspection and you decide you need to back out, you can get your escrow back. You'll have a financing contingency, which I'll do another video on, and then you can get that back. There's a lot of different things in the contract that protect you as the buyer, but there are also things that protect the seller as well. So I hope that answered a lot of your questions. If you have any more questions, or you're having a hard time really understanding what the escrow deposit is, why you need to do it, anything like that, or if you have questions about the rest of the process and you don't want to wait for the rest of the videos, please just send us a message. We're happy to answer any kind of questions you have and help you out with finding your dream home.